I'm Bill DeFoi. Welcome back to News Junkies. I'm visiting today with, on my right, Lizzie Arellano from Make-A-Wish Foundation and Meredith Garofalo, and she is with 3 different television stations in the greater Santa Barbara area, and we're going to be talking about Make-A-Wish and the Oxnard Salsa Festival. So, first of all, I'm going to talk with Lizzie over here. You're part of the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Tell us a little bit about the organization and what they do.
Yeah, so Make-A-Wish Tri-Counties grants wishes for children with life-threatening medical conditions, and we grant wishes all along the Central Coast, Santa Barbara County, Ventura County, and San Luis Obispo County. And we have been around for 30 years now.
My gosh. Now, the people that come to Make-A-Wish, you have miles that you can collect on and help distribute, but the question comes to mind, what has been the most unusual grant, a wish that you have granted to a child?
So there's one that comes to mind, and it wasn't granted by our chapter, but it was granted by Make-A-Wish, and a kiddo wished to have a dragon. And that was really unusual to us, and we do our best to grant every single wish. And so we thought there has to be a way to do it. And we reached out to a guy that creates robots for a living, and he created a little robot figure that was a dragon and spit out fake fire, and they presented it to the wish child at the premiere of the movie How to Train a Dragon. So it was just perfect, and the look on his face when he got it, it was amazing.
So you're involved with the salsa competition this year, the big salsa festival in downtown Oxnard. How did Make-A-Wish become involved?
So we've worked with Meredith a lot, and Meredith reached out to us and let us know that she was interested in being one of the dance competitors. So there's a portion called Dancing with Our Community Stars that's a twist on the show Dancing with Our Stars. And Meredith has a salsa partner. They're working really hard on a routine while raising funds for Make-A-Wish through external events leading up to the Oxnard Salsa Festival. So that's how we're a part of it, and we're really excited.
Well, I tell you what, I feel like I'm a thorn between 2 beautiful roses, and so I'm going to turn to my second rose, and she is the meteorologist on Channel 3 and 2 other stations, KCOY out of Santa Maria, and which other?
Fox 11, which is KKFX, and you can see it from Santa Barbara up into SLO County.
Wow. Now, how did you become involved in meteorology?
Well, it's funny. Actually, I was 3 years old when my mother told me the story of surviving a tornado outbreak. And for some reason, it clicked with me. And she talked about helping people. And I always wanted to help people and make a difference. And so by telling them how it's going to affect their day, if there's bad weather, I always found that as my niche. Plus, I always found myself in front of the camera as a kid for some reason. So I think that was a sign.
Well, excellent. Now, where did you get your training?
I have a degree in meteorology from Valparaiso University in Northwest Indiana, and then I went to WGN-TV in Chicago where I did my internship.
And then from where did you go?
I worked at the ABC affiliates in Rapid City, South Dakota, and then I also worked in Sarasota, Florida before coming to the beautiful state of California and calling the NPG family my new home.
Wonderful. Now, you're involved in the salsa dance. How did you get involved with Make-A-Wish?
I also, in addition to doing weather, am a reporter, and so I've done several stories on Make-A-Wish families and talked to the families, the kids, got to meet them and talk about how it's changed their life. And I was just so touched every single interview to talk to these families and hear that their family had hope because their wishes were granted. And that one small trip donated by people like you and me, just by donating miles or, choosing it as our charity, helped get these kids a wish. And some of these kids are really sick, and it makes a difference and changes their lives.
Have you ever had a child that perhaps wanted to wish to be on the set with you to do the weather?
Well, actually, that's very funny because we actually, I believe a few months ago, had a miles drive with Make-A-Wish. Our station partnered with Make-A-Wish, and we raised over 500,000 miles, which was so exciting. I have to give a shout out to the morning crew and the evening crew for doing such a great job at our station. And together as a team, we were able to raise those miles and in addition have a special segment on our midday show on KYT And Aubrey wanted to do the weather, so she got to be my junior weather kid for the day and learn how the forecasting went. And then she actually came up on the news and did the forecast with me.
Oh, my lands. How was that experience?
It was so cute because at first she was really shy and nervous, but then we got her to open up a little bit more and just to see the bright lights of the camera. And she sat down with my co-anchor and I and got to interact and just had a blast. And her parents were so proud. I mean, I think looking over at the parents and seeing them just filled with joy to see her doing this, I mean, that made it worth every penny.
Now, you're a singer and an actress. Tell us about that.
In the side, I don't just do the weather for a living. I've always been a singer since I was a little girl, and I did some acting, but my biggest production was I played Rizzo in Greece in Florida, and that was a lot of fun. And I've also sang the national anthem at more than 100 events, whether it was charity or sporting events. And anytime in the town I get a chance to sing for a community or for charity or nonprofit, I love doing it just because it's a God-given talent, and I'm so happy to give it for the good of others.
How tough has it been for you to train for the salsa dance coming up for the Salsa Festival?
Well, I'm up at 2:30 every morning, so trying to dance at 4 o'clock at night has been super exhausting, but I've never had any formal training. I've always just did salsa dancing with my girlfriends, but it's been really hard. I have to be honest. I'm learning from scratch basic steps, and my partner, Jesus Garcia, has Salsa Elegante here in town, and he's been great. He's been patient with me because there's some days I'm sure he wanted to kick me across the room because I couldn't get the steps or vice versa, but we have a really great routine planned, and I am so excited to bring it next Sunday and win the competition.
Wonderful. Now, you can probably relate then to the celebrities that are on Dancing with the Stars.
Yes. I mean, I don't have a camera in my face 100 times a day for that. I mean, I guess you could say I have it for 8 hours of my day, right? But yes, it's a lot of work. It's not easy. I mean, there's some skills that I have that make it easier for me, but it's a lot of learning. And over the last 8 weeks, I've had to go from learning a routine to putting it to the music, to letting the music take over with my moves, and now it's just kind of cleaning it up.
Now, I would be remiss if I didn't ask you, Meredith, when can people see you on Channel 3, Channel 12, and the other, the other station?
Well, hopefully you already wake up with KEYT and watch in the mornings, but I'm on from 5 to 7 a.m., and then I'm also on Channel 11, which is the Fox affiliate, from 7 to 8. We have a great team, a lot of fun, a lot of energy, so you should definitely, if you haven't yet, you should watch our station.
All right. And I wouldn't get by without asking you for a telephone number and a web address for Make-A-Wish.
Yeah, absolutely. Our number is 805-676-9474. And our web address is www.try-counties.wish.org.
Repeat that one more time because
Yeah,
that's a mouthful.
That's tricky. Yeah, so it's Make-A-Wish Tri-Counties, and it's www.try-counties.wish.org.
All right. Meredith, Lizzie, thank you both for joining me. I'm Bill DeFoi. Thank you for joining us. You've been watching News Junkies, a production of the Heritage Media Group.